Yeah, let's start. Today's topic is, I think you know by now, Jenkins, a tool called Jenkins. Most commonly used tool in DevOps. I think the Jenkins is one of the major part in DevOps, I would say actually. Remaining, there are so many tools, they all came after this. They all came after this, but Jenkins remains still, I think almost 20 years, still the tool exists. Maybe another 20 years it will be exist. But before, discussing what is Jenkins, so far, what we did is we starting from development we deployed the application. That's what we do generally. What is the first thing? Check out from GitHub. Testing we did. Once the test got success, build we did. Build. Once the build got success, now what's next? Pushing the build to Artifactory, I mean repository as Nexus. Once it is pushed, deploying to server using Tomcat. This is the common steps we have. Of course, in between there will be multiple tests at all, but forget about it. But yeah, these are the common steps. Check out, test, build, deploy. I mean, these are the common steps. So until the build, until the pushing to artifact, we know it's a CI procedure, continuous integration procedure, until the package is ready. Deployment is CD, continuous deployment, continuous delivery. So this is fine. I mean, so far we deployed, app is working, it's fine. But what we did so far is manual, correct? We manually tested the code, manually built it, pushed it, and deployed it. Manual is not, an approach people encourage, but really for DevOps. We want to automate it. That's our main goal. So whatever the CA process, whatever the CD process, which we did manually using some tools, but manually we don't want that. We want to automate it. That's when this tool called Jenkins comes in. This is actually a CA tool, continuous integration tool. What happens is whatever we did so far, like check out starting from blah 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 until deployment, everything it will automate. Everything it will automate. It means we don't need to test it manually, we don't need to build it manually, everything like that. We simply tell Jenkins what to do. Hey, Jenkins, I want to build it, I want to test it, or deploy something like that. If you tell him the details, I want to do this, how to do this, it will take care of it. So let's say I told like, hey Jenkins, build so I mean sorry, not build, test the code using SonarQube. So the code is in GitHub. So check out from there and test it. How to test it? We have Sonar scanner is there. Use that to test it. That's what right we need. So with Sonar scanner, it will test it and push it. I mean, send the results. So we just need to tell what to do and how to do it. That's it. Jenkins will take care of. See, you may ask like, even if it is manual, it's not much work, right? Why we need Jenkins? See, what we did so far is correct. The approach is correct. The code is very small application, very small one. That to one application we are doing, building and deploying. Imagine in a company, in an organization or company, you have hundreds of applications. Similar way, what we did deploy that simple web app, right? Similarly, we have hundreds of applications. And one more thing, we just don't do testing one time or building one time in a day. I told you, Developers will be pushing continuously because they're working on the code. They'll be changing, they'll be updating the code, they'll be writing new things. So every time, let's say there is a change, I mean, the developer have pushed a change, you have to test, build, and deploy it, which is not ideal because the, they may be pushing for every half an hour or 5 minutes. Or sometimes what they'll do is, they'll work on the issue, right? They'll work on the issue, they'll be immediately pushing on all. At the time, you can't build it manually. That's why we use Jenkins. It's an open source tool, actually, Jenkins. Of course, written in Java. So we need to make sure Java installed. That's it. So earlier we used to call it Hudson. Hudson. Now they call it Jenkins. I think in 2011 or somewhere they renamed it to Jenkins. Imagine the rename happened in 2011. It means since when it was there. We're too old. I told you, right, almost 20, more than 20 years. I don't know exactly when it was there, but yeah, more than 20 years. It's in the market, and it will be in the market because lots of people use it. There are new tools also similar to Jenkins, but Jenkins remains the best, I would say, and most commonly used. So here, what happens is like, I mean, what we have to do is like, we have to install Jenkins and use it. That's it. I told you, Jenkins needs some information. That's it. I told to do some task, something. Let's say deploy to Tomcat. I have to tell, hey, deploy to Tomcat. Where Tomcat is. I have to provide the detail. I mean, source and destination. Source means the artifact, whatever the Maven artifact, which I need to deploy, where it is, and the destination, what is it? Tomcat, where it is, and do deploy like this, and it will do it automatically every time. So you just configure Jenkins one time. Let's say you want to deploy, you just configure it one time, right? And from that, it will take care of it automatically. Sorry, that's the advantage. Here, what happens is like, I mean, for Jenkins, we can do any kind of task, because Jenkins supports that much, integrations, that much, uh, what do we, flexibility actually, to be honest, like, it can do any task. Once we start the topic, we will know what does this mean, we can do any task, what is the flexibility, but yeah, we can do anything. Take AWS, take Google Cloud or something, take other tasks, take Windows tasks, anything you can able to do in Jenkins. Anything. And that too, Jenkins have UI. So we have to, I mean, we access Jenkins via UI from the browser. It's very easy to use. Of course, Jenkins has CLI also, but rarely people use it. I mean, everyone prefers UI because it's easily understandable. Easily understandable. So a final point, like, Jenkins is a CI tool. CI tool, continuous integration tool. Why we call the continuous integration tool? Because whatever the steps we do in the continuous integration or continuous deployment or delivery, that we Jenkins automates that. So Jenkins will automate all those things. That's why we call it CI tool. It's continuous integration. It is open source, of course, obviously. Jenkins community is there, everything is fine. So it's an open. It, of course, we can use for CD also. There is nothing wrong with that. CD as well. CD means deployment, continuous deployment and delivery. We tried yesterday with Tomcat, right? We deployed Tomcat. Same thing we'll deploy with Jenkins. All we have to do is we'll tell the information to Jenkins. Just information we have to give. And that's it, it will deploy. Got it. So what we have to do is let's just set up Java. Of course, we have Java already, and install Jenkins. That's it. That's the only thing. So let's install Jenkins. Jenkins installation Ubuntu. Yeah. Let I think I logged it. No. Sorry. This is, mhm. Remaining like Jenkins configuration files and everything. Once we install, I'll show you so that you can also understand. Just three steps to install Jenkins. We can install Jenkins with yum or apt package managers. No need to download it and blah, 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 blah. Of course, we can do that also, but no need of it. Update, I think update already there. Hmm. Of course, Java we have already. This is fine. Step 3. We have to add the Jenkins repository. Remember, right? I think you remember the yum or apt topics. We'll add the repository, and when we install the package, it will go through that repository, whatever the URL present in the repository, and install it. We have to add the key. I mean, sorry, the source list. This is not the key. Okay, the keys are already added with this. My bad, sorry. And the repository. Next, install Jenkins. That's it. See, that's it. But before installing, we have to do apt update. Apt cache. I'm just trying to see Jenkins versions. Yeah, so many are there. Of course, don't use the latest one always. Let's go to official website. They'll uh, they'll say what is the stable version. There is a download. Yeah, download stable LTS. See, they'll release weekly also. Of course, don't use weekly because they'll be releasing it. But if there are issues, so again we have to face it. 2.516.2 it seems. 2.516. So this is a stable version it seems. Let's use maybe 2.500. Yeah, it's fine. What do I have to do? apt install Jenkins is equal to like this. Yes, please install. It's going on. Let's see. It started. Sorry, it's installed. Sorry. System util status Jenkins. Yeah, it's running. See, not only this is not the only way to install. See, you can download the var package if you observe here in the website. Download it, deploy it to Tomcat web apps, and that's it. It's deployed, right? Now access like 8080 slash Jenkins. I mean Tomcat URL slash Jenkins. It'll work. Same thing. Or any other way? Oh yeah, you can download the jar file and you can run with Java. Java-jar Jenkins.or. You can deploy like that also. Of course, we don't do like that, but I'm just saying we can do like that also. So most people use this way, whichever we install, using package manager. If it is not available, they deploy it to Tomcat. They deploy to Tomcat. I mean, once they deploy the Tomcat slash Jenkins, they can able to access it, right? So like that. So anything, whichever is comfortable for you. I mean. But yeah, always make sure you install as a service because even so, let's say this system restarted for some reason, you have to manually start the Tomcat if it is not there. But with these services, we can able to start automatically, right? We just need to do this. That's it. So now, okay, it's running fine. How to access it? How to access it? The port number for Jenkins is 8080. Of course, Tomcat also uses the same port number. Currently, Tomcat is stopped. It's fine. Or we can change the port number to Tomcat. Or we can change the port number to Jenkins also, which is fine. But your default is 8080. Here you can see here it was running Tomcat on 8080. Now let's see, it will open Jenkins. See, the first page, there is a default password, it seems, in this file. Copy it. Of course, it's already present here, but let's try. Catch. See, copy the password. Default, I mean, click continue. It says something called plugins. Plugins, for now, choose install suggested plugins, because plugins is a small topic inside. To work with any functionality, we use plugins. Let's say Git plugin is there. We want to check out the code from Git, so I have to use Git plugin. Let's say what else here? Mm, nothing, I guess. So like let's say if you want to deploy to Tomcat, you need Tomcat plugin. You want to build with Maven, you need Maven plugin, because these plugins will bring the functionality to Jenkins. I told right earlier just now, whatever you want to do with Jenkins, just say it what to do and how to do it. Correct? So then Jenkins will take care of it. How it will take care is, let's say I told, hey, do the sonar cube analysis. So it will look into like, okay, uh, sonar cube can be done with this plugin, and is the plugin installed or not, and the it's configured or not. The plugin has to be configured. But if it is not, it will fail. Like that, Jenkins will take care of it based on these plugins only. Got it? So plugins, of course, we'll see how to install, how to manage all these things. But for now, install the manageable plugins. And of course, asking for admin, create a user. Full name, admin is fine. Email address, give anything, some random thing. It won't validate. Why would I give person mails and all that? Just give something. Okay, this is the URL for Jenkins. Yeah, okay. If an organization means there won't be IP, there will be some domain name like that, but it's fine. We don't have it. Start using Jenkins. That's it. See, this is the dashboard of Jenkins. As simple as that. Now we are inside Jenkins already now. All we have to do is create, tell Jenkins and how to do our tasks automatically. Of course, admin, you can see this, all these things. Jenkins, this is a symbol of Jenkins. I mean, like a serving a guy, who is serving something like that. These, what are these job, agent, we'll see all these on my own, don't worry. Manage Jenkins, click on it. This is where all our configuration will be present. We are time, okay, it's okay. Java 17 ends life on next year, March 31st. It's fine. These are all the configuration Jenkins has. We'll go through one by one. Okay, don't worry about all these things. So far, is it clear? Like what is Jenkins? How to install? At least. All right. If it is clear, I'll go to. Configuration. We'll go on my own. So yeah, manage Jenkins. Only admins can see it. I mean, whoever have admin access, they can able to see it. Not everyone can see. So click on manage Jenkins. We'll see a lot of things. Lots of things. Of course, first is system. System is the Jenkins, system configuration. It means Jenkins configuration. By default, I told you like port is 8080. And by default, Jenkins will store everything, every data in varlib Jenkins. In varlib Jenkins. Let's go. See, Jenkins data is present in here. Of course, what it is that we'll see later. Don't worry. But this is how. This is how. This is where it stores. Of course, system message you can give something. Something it will display just this is main Jenkins server. Just save it. See, it just shows here in the dashboard. That's it. If you remove it, of course, it's not mandatory. You got it right. Mm, what else in system? These you won't understand now if I say, let's do one thing. So I'll brief you about all these things. Once we start working, I'll tell you one by one, so it will be understandable for you. So each and every configuration here has some options inside it. Those we'll be discussing, once we start working, maybe tomorrow like that. So starting from system is the Jenkins server configuration. So it will be present here like what is the home directory of Jenkins, as you can see, as well as like system admin email. Okay, this is fine. Admin email address, you can leave it, no problem. So all these information will be there where to the configuration, whatever we want to apply, we can apply to Jenkins. So it's in system. Of course, you will see lots of options. Don't worry, we'll see all these things one by one. Because once we start working on Jenkins, how to deploy whatever, automate it, we'll use all these things. Of course, Jenkins can send emails also, like whether the deployment what you're doing deployment or testing. Based on the status of that, it will notify you. If it is success, you want to notify, yes, it can do that. If it is failure, you want to notify, yes, it can do that also. Like that, Jenkins can do a lot of things. I told you, right? We'll see. And there is something called tools configuration. So tools configuration is like something, let's say you want to do some task. Let's say you want to build with Maven. How does Jenkins know to use Maven? We have to tell it. We have to tell, hey, I want to build Maven. Build using Maven tool. But where is Maven? Okay, Maven is Maven is installed in my system, and it's in this path. Let's say user share Maven, something like that. So use this Maven tool to build our code. How to tell all this information about tool is using tools. We call it integration. See, we did the integration with the Maven and Sonar, right? Or Maven and Nexus. Why? To work on that, to integrate these two so that they can work together. Similar with Jenkins also. You want to do any task, let's say anything, you have to integrate that respective tool. If it has any tool to need required, to do the task, you need to integrate that tool. Got it? You need to integrate that. Integration will be happening here. JDK means Java integration, Git integration, Maven installation. See, Maven integration also it is present. We need to do this also when the time comes. Don't worry, we'll do all these things. Next, of course, plugins. So plugins is a source actually. As I told you, you want to do Maven build, you need to integrate the Maven tool into Jenkins. Then you can build. But here, how can we integrate that? How can we integrate that with the help of plugins only? We, so let's say you want to integrate something, you have to install the plugin. Plugin is nothing but a script actually with the functionality. So we can install any plugins based on our requirement, and that functionality will come to Jenkins. See, you are seeing option right earlier. What here? What you seen? You are seeing Maven option here. How the hell it came here? Because of a plugin. There will be a plugin which brings that functionality to Maven, which brings these options to Maven. Go to installed. It's a default. So there will be see lots of plugins are there. All these installed we selected because we selected install suggested plugins, right? You remember all these plugins came from that. Of course, we don't use any of these, but it's default by default they are installed. That's it. So if you want to do something, first you have to do install the plugin. With that plugin only, we can integrate our tool with Jenkins. See, you're seeing, I told you, you're seeing Maven option because the plugin is installed, the option is displayed to you. The plugin installation gave the new functionality to Maven, sorry, to Jenkins to integrate. If there is no plugin, you won't see the option. See, are we seeing Sonar Cube here? No, right? We're not seeing Sonar Cube because there is no plugin. Let's install Sonar. Sonar, this is the plugin. Install. It's installing. Let's wait. Install. Now let's refresh. See, Sonar Cube came here, right? It was not there earlier. Why? Because we have installed the plugin. The plugin will give you options to integrate your tool. Like that, anything. What else we have? Sorry. Maven. Maven integration. See, you can install the plugin. Of course, we already see Maven, but some more options will come. Based on the functionality which the plugin has, the options will come to you to integrate. Let's say Nexus artifact uploader. Install. It will be installed. Like that, whenever you want to integrate something, plugins are the one. Got it? So once you install plugin, you will get the options to integrate the tool, any tool. All you have to do is figure out the plugin and just use it. That's it. Got it? And notes is a separate topic. You don't understand it now. We'll see it later. Notes and clouds. Appearance, is nothing. Just you want to change the themes and all. It was very new. You want a dark theme? Yeah, see, it's fine. What's there? Hmm, security. Of course, you know what is users. I mean, creating users within Jenkins, and we can able to use it. Obviously, see, which is fine. Security is how we authenticate. Once we authenticate, what are the permissions? The restrictions and limitations we keep it. Of course, it's again a one day topic, but I'm just giving you idea. Security is how we control Jenkins access and everything to keep it simple. Got it? And now credentials. I'm just giving you overview today. I mean, once the topic comes, we'll see deeply. Credentials is where we store the credentials to use in Jenkins. Let's say I want to check out my code from GitHub. We can give credentials. We can use credential directly, right? Because everyone can see it. Instead of that, we'll add credential or our username and password in here in credential section. It will encrypt that. It'll encrypt it, and then we can able to use it everywhere in Jenkins. We can encrypt it, and while adding the credentials, we'll give some ID to just to remember for us. Let's say git checkout credential, something like that. So that with that by using that, we can able to check out our code and whatever it is, what do our task. So that we'll be adding here in the credential section. Or what else? What else next? Yeah, this is fine. Users, I think I already told you. So creating users and you working on it. Hmm. What else? These are all fine for now. Yeah, it's not really required. You can prepare for shutdown, which is Jenkins CLI. It will give you the CLI command. See, not much commands, but yeah, we can able to use CLI. I never use CLI to be honest so far. For Jenkins, I meant to say. Because it's UI, everything is clear. Why the hell we need Jenkins CLI? Of course, click on system information, it will show you information about the system. All the information, Java version, Jenkins path, blah blah blah, blah everything. User home, see, user language, English, username Jenkins. Why we need this? We already know this. And what else is there? System log. It will capture the log by default Jenkins log. See, it is this are all is plugin installation because we have installed at the time of Jenkins installation, right? See it. All the log is there. Installation complete. Blah blah blah. If you see Nexus Artifactor upload we installed, so this is what it will show you all the logs. About Jenkins, yeah, I can see what is about Jenkins. Information about Jenkins, not the installation, but how like the licenses and everything. All right. This is just an overview of Jenkins. Of course, documentation is there. I'll share it, but yeah, just an overview to Jenkins. Got it. Next, what else we discussed today? Hmm. I just give one last thing. Say I'm telling like starting from we can automate this, we can automate everything with Jenkins and all. How to do it? I want to now automate build. How to do it? So in Jenkins, if you want to do something, do some task, any task, you have to create a job. See the options here, create a job or new item. Both are same. New item also means job. It will show you some options like this. We'll discuss all these things. Don't worry. Tomorrow, it will create a job. We need to create a job. Sorry. See, when I click on things, both are same. Create a job and tell our task. See, uh, you want to do some task, you say it, right? You say it or you inform to someone who is a mandate guy and all. Similar way, if you want to do some task in Jenkins, you have to create a job and you have to run it, obviously. Run the job. Jenkins only will run the job for you. That also there automatically. We'll see all those things. How to create a job, what are options inside it, how to automate our task, everything we'll see. That's why I told you Jenkins is the most important tool. It'll take maybe 10 days to finish. Oh, I got it. So I think for today it's fine. We'll just see, we see introduction of Jenkins installation as well as some brief overview. Tomorrow we'll go deep, I mean, one by one, starting from automatic creating jobs, blah blah, and everything we'll see. Okay, got it. So that's about today. We'll meet tomorrow same time. Got it. Just introduction today. That's why I just don't want to say too much. All right then. Uh, if any doubts, let me know or ping me. If not, yeah, cool. Just look into this one, this Jenkins introduction and all. All right. I'll share the document in group. Where is it? I'll share two documents. One is written by me and another is a PDF by some institute. You can just refer anything whichever is you are comfortable with. I just shared, yeah, two. So go through the introduction over there because you won't understand if you don't know the intro of you don't know why Jenkins, how it works and everything. Right. All right. Let's meet tomorrow same time then. Bye bye all.